Good morning this morning, Mr. Lucky.
Good morning, money.
So, do you branch Edo yesterday before coming back to Lagos?
Edo, where will I go except I fly in the night? Because the roads are bad. Fashola spent 8 years. Buhari spent 8 years. APC has spent 8 years. Nothing to write about by all roads. So I think I fly yesterday to Edo State.
So by all roads, you mean only Edo?
Everywhere. Not only Edo, all the roads are bad.
Roads are very, very
all the roads are bad under APC.
So back to today's business. Fubara has sacked all the 23 local government chairmen in Rivers State, including the chief judge of the state.
Yes,
These are a good step.
These are Wike's agents. He placed them there. Now, don't forget, Wike has meet Waterloo. Wike want to become an emperor. Wike want to become godfatherism. No more godfatherism. And Obaseki, please, go straight to Rivers State and advise Fubara to be strong and keep decisive. Because this time around, Wike has fallen like Iroko. Wike will fall. Wike want to control Abuja, want to control Rivers State. It's not going to happen. And I believe with the PDP leaders, I pray they should support and the governors to support the governor of Rivers State. So that Wike can hand Waterloo, can stay Abuja, don't come back to Rivers State. Don't forget, this is the first time a Riverine, this is 1999, a Riverine a man to become a governor. So for you, you don't want the governor to be taking order from PDP. So I believe Wike time has come and end. Let it remain Abuja there. Sort of destroying party. They want to take Rivers State by force, but we will allow them. So that is why you see Wike has fallen.
So this is the right step from Fubara.
Whoever stop the governor, they should put them away.
Okay, in another news, Atiku has accused the Supreme Court of affirming illegality in Nigeria.
I said it. The Supreme Court has proven that whoever won an election first take all. So any election now that will come, everybody, whether gone, whether this is, go and carry. Once they declare you, Supreme Court will follow. That's not the right way. Supreme Court have case themselves, not the case. We pay them with our money, but I don't think they don't need to be there because as far as they went to tribunal give judges, you don't need to go to Supreme Court. If the Supreme Court know that the same content they are going to take, so what's the need of going to Supreme Court wasting money? Supreme Court should be scrapped. Because from number 4 to number 1 is that what are you keeping Supreme Court for? What are you paying them? So let them remain in High Court or other court. Enough instead of going to Supreme Court, because Supreme Court are a waste of time.
So some powerhouse in APC has said Atiku should be jailed for that comment.
They cannot try Atiku. Anybody they arrest, even they say they arrest with it. If you try that, the country will boil. Nobody will arrest Atiku. It's not going to be possible. Atiku is not a method.
And they said Atiku is a so serious loser. Do you think he should continue in the next 4 years?
Atiku said he's going to monitor the situation. And I believe that I give it to him.
So what?
Big fool.
So what?
The thing we go talk to them, he should come up and do something.
So why do you think Atiku has been losing? Some said he doesn't have a political powerhouse.
No, Atiku
and he hasn't built anybody in the political scheme.
Who is the Tinubu build? Who is Tinubu build?
Those that he built, those that he brought up, helped him in this current.
Atiku helped Tinubu. If you check their analysis, he helped Tinubu. He had built 7 of them. The only thing Atiku has become a vice president. He will arrest. let other young people come up. I think that is it.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Lucky. So that's all I have for you this morning. Thank you very much. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Welcome again to Top View this morning.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. I know you've had the conflict in Rivers State that broke out yesterday. So in less than 24 hours, the Governor Sim Fubara, has sacked all the 23 state, all the 23 local government chairman in Rivers State, and also the chief judge of the state. So he's trying to get back to Wiki and removing all his big man and his appointment in the River State. He's set to appoint the interim for all posts later today. Do you think this is the right step from the governor himself?
Thank you. I think the development we are having in River State is becoming very worrisome. And I think every well-meaning Nigerian should be concerned about the happenings in that part of this country. I think it is purely a power tussle between the present governor, Fubara, and the immediate past governor of that state, Nelson Wike. Don't forget, he got the support of Wike before he became the governor of that state. And that happens to be, Wike happens to be his godfather in quotes now. So, and I think probably that friendship is falling apart, and that is why we are seeing what we are witnessing at the moment in the River State. But by and large, the life of an average Rivers person is what should be important to us now, and that the security of lives and property should be paramount in the mind of the leadership of our country. And I'm speaking directly to Mr. President now to ensure that security agencies who are not meant to be biased take full charge of that state in terms of ensuring securities of lives and properties before things degenerate into a full-blown war. What we are witnessing now, illegality is compounding illegality, and I think that is what we are already witnessing. For the governor to have sacked all the executives of local governments and all of that, chairmen of local governments in the state, for me, it's also an illegal act. That action is not proper at this point in time, and I think everything he's also doing is to save his own seat as well. And I think that is why illegality has become the order of the day in that state. And I think the federal government, though it's an independent state as we know by constitution, but the federal government has the responsibility of ensuring the security of lives and property in River State.
All right, sir. Thank you for that, sir. So again, Atiku has accused the Supreme Court for affirming illegality. So history will vindicate him. Maybe as the winner, I don't know. Because we all know President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the winner at the Supreme Court. So do you think the current government is illegality? Just as Atiku said.
Not at all. It would be wrong to use that word, regardless the outcome of the litigations that they had. Don't forget the Supreme Court just gave a verdict very recently, affirming that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the president of Nigeria, and that is the apex court of the land, and their judgment has to be respected, regardless of every feelings. And that is where I stand. The Supreme Court has spoken. Atiku addressed the press just yesterday, giving his own view about the judgments and what next he intends to do. And he has told Nigerians that It's not going away anytime soon. That is still very much around and all of that. So it would be wrong to call the government of the day an illegitimate government, which will contravene or contradict what the Supreme Court has said. The Supreme Court has looked at the evidences before them and they have given their pronouncement. So I think we all abide by that pronouncement regardless of our feelings.
The powerhouse in APC has also said Atiku should be jailed for his conduct. Said he also said he's a sole loser. So why do you think Atiku has always comes second whenever he tries to become the president of Nigeria? He has not been losing. He has not been winning. Always losing at all court levels.
Much as I'm not trying to speak for LGA Chairmen because I'm not his media person, so I may not be able to tell why he has always not become first in the elections. But one thing is important that we must continue to talk about as Nigerians is that our electoral process must be worked on. The present structure that we have is faulty in my estimation. And if you also listen to both local and international observers before, during and after the elections, you will see some of the recommendations that they give in terms of our electoral process. I believe strongly that our electoral process should be more transparent than what it is at the moment. I believe that our electoral process should be fair enough, as more than what we are already having. I also believe that people should be given the opportunity to aspire to whatever position without any form of intimidation, as we witnessed in some of the states during the last general election. And I think these are some of the areas we must continue to work on so that Nigerians can continue to believe in our electoral system. At the moment, a lot of Nigerians, or let me say some Nigerians, has given up on our electoral system, and if the reason is not far-fetched, it is because the last general election wasn't seen to be transparent enough. And I quickly give you an instance. INEC promised to transmit results from the polling units, which we never saw. They later came back to tell us that they had a technical glitch. As a matter of fact, when the matter got to the court affirmed that they don't have to transmit. They are not under any obligation to do so. So when you see this kind of back and forth, and don't forget that transmission was meant to give some degree of credibility to our electoral system, and they failed in that regard. And I think those are the areas we must continue to work on, so that more Nigerians can believe in the process, so that when the candidate loses an election, is losing gallantly, is going home feeling satisfied that because of the transparency of the process, I have lost gallantly. And I think that is what we must continue to work on as a nation.
All right, sir. So thank you, sir. So that's all I have for you today.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time, sir.
Thank you.